Okay, today we are doing 6.2.3, which is identifying similar shapes. For our online stuff, you guys, we're going to go off the book actually and just do some examples together. We're not going to do the book stuff. Okay, so for a shape to be similar means that the angles are the same, but the side lengths just have to be proportional. So like these two figures that I have up here, these could be similar. They have the same angles. We can see that because this is a 90-degree angle here. But they don't necessarily have the same side lengths, but they could be proportional. So we're going to figure out if they are actually. So this side length over here, if you guys need to pause this to draw this in your notebook, go ahead and pause right now. Okay, so these two side lengths that I have in orange, this one is 2 and this one is 4. And when we do this, we're going to actually find the scale factor. And scale factor is that we take the new number over the original. Now, if they don't say which one's the new one and which one's the original one, we read left to right. In this case, we actually are going to read left to right. This is the original. This is the new one. And how we know this is because this is Q and this is Q prime. Prime means we've done something to it, so it's the new one. So in this case, we would do 4 over 2, and that simplifies down to 2. Now we're going to do these green sides. Maybe I should make this a different color. Let's do these blue. Ah, the other one's blue too. We're going to do red. Okay, so these are going to be red. So this one's 3. This one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have to do new, which is 6, over the original, which is 3. That's also 2. We're not going to test that last side because if those two are proportional, then we know they're all proportional. So we would say this one is similar. Now there's one other thing. We can also have congruent figures. Congruent means the same side lengths and the same angles. In this case, these would not be congruent because those side lengths aren't exactly the same. They're just proportional. So we would say these are not congruent. So we're going to do a few examples now. Okay, our directions are determine the scale factor for each pair of shapes and label the missing side lengths. So on here, we can see we have A and we have A prime. So that means our new one is all the stuff on A prime. Remember scale factor? Is new over original. So this is our new, this is our original. Okay, so we have this one is new, this one's original. So we're going to say for our scale factor, we're going to do 10.08 because it's the new one over the original, which is 3.6. Put that in your calculator. Remember, fractions are the same thing as division, so you should do 10.08 divided by 3.6. Pause this if you need to. And you should have gotten 2.8. So you would say that is the scale factor. Then we have to use that to find the question mark on the other side. So these green sides go together. So this is just like when we're doing a dilation and we multiply by that number. You're going to take this number and multiply by this one, because we're going from our original to our new one. So this one's going to be 8.8 times 2.8. Or we can do this with parentheses. That looks a little nicer. So 2.8 times 8.8 is 24.64, and this is kilometers. So that would be our answer, and this would be our answer. We found the side length and we found the scale factor. So you find the scale factor by doing this equation, then you just multiply this number by the scale factor. If we were going to go the other way, so we went this direction, we multiply. If you were to go this direction, you would divide. So let's do another example. Okay, so remember, scale factor equals new over original. This means this is our original. B prime means this is our new one. We already did a transformation. We can see it's a dilation, right? So we have our original here and our new here. We have both of those side lengths. So when we do new over original, we're going to do 5.61 divided by 5.1, because that's our new over original. Now you just put that in your calculator. 5.61 divided by 5.1. And it is 1.1. So it's not that much bigger, actually. That means that's 1.1 times bigger. That's not that much of a difference. So now we're going this direction, so that means we're going to have to multiply. So to get to here, we're going to do 7.2 times 1.1. And we should get, go ahead and pause this if you need a little more time to type this in, 7.92 feet. That's our answer. This is our scale factor. So those are our two answers. Okay, go ahead and pause this if you need to be able to draw this first, and then we're going to go through it together. Okay, so if we look at this, remember our scale factor. Alright, so our scale factor is new over original. So if we look at this, we can't use these two yellow sides to find the scale factor, because we don't have both of them. We also can't use these two green sides to find the scale factor, because we also don't have both of those. So we have to use this height that they gave us to find the scale factor, which you can actually see these are the same. So that means these are going to be the same. So this is actually 8.16 meters. You don't really have to find that one, do ya? We know this is the original, and that's because this is C, this one's C prime, so that means it's the new one. Remember, when we do a transformation afterwards, we call it prime. So if we do new, we're going to do 8.16 over the original is going to be 3.4, and put that in your calculator. 8.16 divided by 3.4. And you should get that your scale factor is 2.4. That's important. Now we're going this direction, so we need to multiply. So to go from here to here, we're going to multiply. So we're going to do 2.6 times 2.4. So 2.6 times 2.4 is 6.24 meters. There's our two answers. Really three, because we did have to find this one. We just didn't have to use any actual math. Okay, remember our scale factor is new over original. We know this is the new one, because it says prime. This is the original. So we can't use these green ones to find the scale factor because we only have one of them. We can't use these red ones to find the scale factor because we only have one of them there too. So we have to use these blue ones to find the scale factor. So we're going to do new, which is 98.75 over original, which is 39.5. Go ahead and put that in your calculator. So 98.75 divided by 39.5 is 2.5. So that's our scale factor. That means that's what we multiply all of our original points by. Just in this case, we don't have points, we have side lengths. So multiply this by 2.5. Whoops, 2.5, not 2.1. And multiply this by 2.5. So the first one is 8.1 times 2.5. I'm going to put this in parentheses, it looks nicer. This one is 38.7, because the green sides go together, times 2.5. So the first one, 8.1 times 2.5 is 20.25, and it's feet. The next one is 38.7 times 2.5, and we get 96.75 feet. So those are your missing sides and your scale factor. Scale factor is really important. If they ask you guys, are the shapes similar, you should get the same scale factor for each set of sides. The blue sides should be 2.5. The green side should be 2.5. The red side should be 2.5. So it doesn't matter what number it is, but all of them have to have the same scale factor. So I have an example for you guys, and I'm going to switch this and have you draw it. So go ahead and draw this as I draw it. These are right angles, and we're going to say this is 4 and 6. These are right angles. This is 32 and 48. We are going to answer these two questions. Are they similar? And what is the scale factor? Okay, so first of all, we kind of have to find the scale factor to be able to say if they're original or if they're similar. Remember, this is not one where they tell you which one's the new and which one's the original. If they don't tell you, you always read left to right. So this would be the original, and this would be the new one. So we're going to do scale factor equals new over original. So these bottom sides, let's do those together. So new would be 48, original would be 6. What is 48 divided by 6? That's 8. So we should get the scale factor as 8 for our other set of sides if they are similar figures. So this green side goes with this green side. So we need to do new over original. And what is 32 divided by 4? We get 8. So you would say, yes, these are similar. The scale factor is 8. That's our last example for your guys' homework. You need to draw your favorite emoji on there to show me that you watched the video today. Otherwise, you guys get half credit for not watching the video. So make sure you do that. Your homework problems for tonight are 70, 71, 72, and 73. So make sure you guys do those homework problems tonight and submit them to me on Schoology. I did change things, you guys, so don't check your grades in Schoology. They're not going to be on there anymore. Schoology's kind of messed up, so we're just going to do it in PowerSchool. So submit your stuff on Schoology just so you can get it to me, but look at your grades in PowerSchool to get your grades. If you guys have any questions, make sure you email me.